None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes and fall short of our ideals. But there is a big difference between someone who has flaws and still tries to be a better person, and someone who is truly harmful. Unfortunately, there are people in this world who bring nothing but negativity. Some do it because of their past traumas, while others simply thrive on manipulation and control. No matter the reason, it's important to recognize these people and protect yourself from their influence. Through the wisdom of Stoic philosophy, we learn not only to accept our own imperfections, but also to observe the behavior of others with clarity and reason. This is not about judging or pushing people away. It's about understanding the world better and making choices that lead to a stronger, more peaceful life. In today's video, we will explore 5 clear signs that someone is malicious, using the principles of Stoicism to guide us. With this knowledge, you can walk through life with awareness, wisdom, and inner strength, instead of being trapped in confusion and emotional chaos. Let's begin. Sign 1. The urge to control. Humans naturally seek power. It's part of who we are. The desire to lead, to influence, and to shape our surroundings is deeply embedded in human nature. But there is a big difference between self-control and controlling others. From a Stoic perspective, true control doesn't come from forcing others to act a certain way. It comes from mastering yourself, your emotions, your reactions, and your thoughts. Stoicism teaches us that the only thing we truly control is our own mind. Everything else, other people's actions, external events, even how others see us, is beyond our control. Control disguised as love in relationships, control often hides under the mask of care and protection. A person may believe they are acting out of love when they try to dictate what's best for someone else. But according to Stoicism, love and freedom must go hand in hand. You cannot claim to love someone while taking away their ability to make their own choices. Controlling behavior can take many forms: jealousy that leads to restrictions and isolation, constant criticism disguised as advice or concern, unfair demands that limit personal freedom. These behaviors don't come from love, they come from insecurity, fear, and selfishness. Instead of strengthening a bond, control destroys trust and creates distance. The story of Jack and Julia. Jack and Julia started their relationship with trust and love. But over time, Jack developed an intense fear of losing Julia. He convinced himself that he was just protecting her. But in reality, his fear made him possessive and controlling. He told Julia which friends she should avoid. He criticized her career choices, saying he just wanted others to respect her. He constantly questioned her actions, creating tension between them. At first, Julia tried to understand and adapt, but no matter how much she adjusted, Jack's need for control only grew stronger. The more he feared losing her, the more he tightened his grip, making her feel suffocated. Eventually, the relationship became a battlefield. Jack was trapped in his own fear, while Julia felt like she was losing herself. One day she realized something. She was no longer the master of her own life, and so she made the choice to walk away. A Stoic approach to control. As Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "Can you no longer see a road to freedom? It's right in front of you. You only need to take it." This teaches us a valuable lesson. You cannot control the uncontrollable. Instead of trying to change others, Stoicism encourages us to respect personal freedom. Everyone has the right to make their own choices. Focus on self-mastery. The strongest person is the one who controls their own emotions. Let go of fear. Real love does not need chains. It thrives in trust. Final reflection. Ask yourself, are you trying to control things outside of your power? Are you respecting your own and others' freedom? How can you cultivate inner strength instead of seeking power over others? By embracing these Stoic teachings, we move closer to a life of peace, wisdom, and true emotional strength. Sign 2. The mask of charm. Imagine walking through life, meeting new people and forming connections. Some individuals immediately captivate us with their charm, confidence, and seemingly kind nature. It feels natural to trust them, to be drawn into their world. But Stoic philosophy teaches us to look beyond appearances. Not everyone who seems charming has good intentions. Some use charm as a tool to manipulate, deceive, and take advantage of others. Charm as a tool for manipulation. Genuine kindness expects nothing in return. A truly good person helps others without using their actions as leverage, but manipulative individuals mask their true intentions behind charm. They appear supportive, caring, and selfless, but in reality, they seek control and personal gain. The Stoic approach to relationships encourages us to observe a person's actions over time, not just their words. Ask ourselves, is this kindness genuine, or does it come with hidden expectations? Trust our instincts when something feels too good to be true. The story of Mark. Charm with a hidden agenda. Mark was a successful businessman. He was charismatic, always ready to lend a helping hand, and well liked by his colleagues. His presence was warm and inviting, and he seemed to have everyone's best interests at heart. But as time passed, his co-workers began to notice a pattern. Mark's kindness always came with unspoken obligations. When he helped a colleague with a difficult project, he later demanded a favor in return. When he volunteered to lead a team, it wasn't out of goodwill. He used their success to boost his own career. His compliments and generosity were not genuine. They were part of a calculated strategy to gain influence and control. At first, his colleagues felt indebted to him, but eventually they saw the truth. Mark's charm wasn't about friendship or teamwork. It was a way to manipulate others into serving his own interests. A Stoic perspective on charm. Stoicism teaches us to value wisdom over illusion. The ability to see through deception is a crucial skill for a strong and independent mind. The Stoics believed that by staying alert and practicing self-awareness, we can protect ourselves from false appearances and hidden motives. Here's how to approach charm with Stoic clarity. Pay attention to consistency. Does this person's kindness stay the same over time, or does it change when they no longer need something? Observe their reaction to rejection. A genuine person respects boundaries. A manipulator will react negatively when they don't get what they want. Trust patterns, not promises. Someone's true nature is revealed in repeated actions, not in their words. Final reflection. Ask yourself, have you ever met someone who used charm to get what they wanted? How can you develop the ability to distinguish sincerity from deception? What steps can you take to stay aware and protect yourself without becoming overly skeptical? By applying these Stoic principles, we can navigate relationships with wisdom, confidence, and a clear mind. Instead of being blinded by charm, we can focus on authentic connections based on trust and integrity. Next, we will explore sign 3, the absence of empathy and how a lack of compassion can reveal someone's true character. Sign 3, the absence of empathy. Empathy is one of the strongest signs of a well-balanced and morally grounded individual. It is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, to recognize suffering, and to respond with kindness. However, some people lack this essential trait, prioritizing their own needs above everything else. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control how others behave, we can control how we react. When faced with someone who lacks empathy, it is important to recognize the signs early and protect our emotional well-being. How a lack of empathy manifests. A person without empathy ignores the suffering of others and dismisses their emotions, sees people as tools rather than individuals with thoughts and feelings, puts personal gain above relationships and ethical considerations. This behavior is most visible in workplaces, friendships, and relationships, where emotional detachment can cause deep and lasting harm. The story of a cold CEO. Consider a hard-working employee facing a personal crisis. His family member is seriously ill. Despite informing his CEO about the situation, he is denied time off. The CEO insists that work comes first and demands overtime, completely disregarding the emotional and physical burden on the employee. This lack of compassion does not just affect one individual. It creates a toxic environment where people feel undervalued, leading to distrust and disconnection. Over time, this destroys morale, lowers productivity, and damages relationships. A Stoic approach to dealing with a lack of empathy. Stoicism teaches that we cannot force others to care, but we can choose how we respond. Remain calm and objective. Do not let someone's lack of empathy dictate your emotions. Set boundaries. Recognize when a person is unwilling to respect your needs and take steps to distance yourself. Practice self-compassion. Even if others lack empathy, you can choose to be kind to yourself and those who deserve it. Seneca's lesson on endurance. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not what you endure that matters, but how you endure it." This means that when faced with heartlessness, we should focus not on the cruelty of others, but on our own ability to handle challenges with grace, wisdom, and resilience. Final reflection. Ask yourself, how do you react when faced with a lack of empathy? How can you remain true to your values while protecting yourself from emotional harm? In what situations is it best to walk away from people who lack compassion? By applying Stoic principles, we learn to navigate difficult relationships without losing ourselves in frustration or anger. Instead of expecting empathy from those incapable of it, we focus on our own growth and peace of mind. Next, we will explore Sign 4, the web of lies and how deception can erode trust and stability in life. Sign 4. The web of lies are one of the most powerful tools used by malicious individuals. They distort reality, manipulate emotions, and create confusion. A person who habitually lies does not care about truth or integrity. They care about control. In Stoic philosophy, honesty is a fundamental virtue. The Stoics believed that living truthfully brings inner peace, while deception only leads to instability and suffering. Recognizing lies early can help us protect ourselves from manipulation and emotional harm. How to recognize a habitual liar. A deceptive person often changes their stories frequently, making their statements inconsistent, overreacts when questioned, trying to shift blame instead of providing clarity, uses lies to avoid responsibility, always blaming circumstances or others. These patterns are common in work environments, relationships, and even friendships, where trust is essential but easily broken by dishonesty. The story of Anna facing deception at work. Anna was an experienced accountant who took pride in her work. One day she noticed inconsistencies in financial reports prepared by her colleague Tom. At first she thought it was a simple mistake, but over time the pattern became clear. Tom was deliberately falsifying results to boost his own performance. He exaggerated his contributions to projects. He took credit for the work of others. When questioned, he became defensive and blamed software errors or team miscommunication. Instead of reacting emotionally, Anna took a Stoic approach. She remained calm, collected evidence, and presented the facts objectively to her manager. Because she chose wisdom over frustration, her actions not only exposed Tom, but also led to better transparency in the company. A Stoic response to lies. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot stop people from lying, we can decide how to respond. Do not let emotions cloud judgment. Stay rational and seek truth without reacting impulsively. Hold on to integrity. Even in a world of deception, remain committed to honesty and clarity. Let go of what you cannot control. Some people will always lie. Your power lies in recognizing it and choosing how to act. Marcus Aurelius on truth and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once said, "The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane." This reminds us that truth is often unpopular, but choosing honesty over deception leads to a life of strength and stability. Final reflection. Consider these questions. Have you ever encountered a person whose lies affected your trust? How can you develop a clear and logical mindset to see through deception? What steps can you take to surround yourself with honest and trustworthy individuals? By embracing Stoic teachings, we learn to navigate a world where deception exists without losing our peace of mind. Instead of letting lies shake our foundation, we strengthen our ability to see truth and act with wisdom. Next, we will explore Sign 5, mastery of manipulation, and how to guard against those who seek to control others through deception and influence. Sign 5, mastery of manipulation. Manipulation is one of the most dangerous traits of a malicious person. Unlike simple deception, manipulation is a calculated strategy to control others, often without them even realizing it. Manipulators twist reality, play on emotions, and use subtle tactics to gain power over people and situations. Stoic philosophy teaches us to sharpen our awareness and remain grounded in logic. By learning to recognize manipulation, we can protect our autonomy and make decisions based on reason, not emotion. How manipulators operate. A manipulative person often uses excessive flattery to win trust and lower your defenses, plays the victim to gain sympathy and control the narrative, creates guilt and obligation to pressure others into compliance. These tactics can appear in personal relationships, workplaces, and even leadership roles where power is often abused. The hidden nature of control. Unlike direct aggression, manipulation operates in the shadows. The Stoics warned that the biggest threats to freedom are often the ones we do not see clearly. A manipulator may appear helpful, kind, or even self-sacrificing until their true intentions surface. The key to resisting manipulation is strengthening your inner clarity. Trust actions, not words. Observe if someone's behavior aligns with their promises. Stay logical, not emotional. Manipulators rely on emotional reactions to influence others. By staying rational, you break their control. Recognize patterns. If a person repeatedly makes you feel guilty or indebted, question their true motives. The cost of falling into a manipulator's trap. Manipulation has long-term consequences. It erodes confidence, distorts reality, and weakens self-trust. Those who fall into the web of manipulation often feel trapped, unsure of what is real and what is not. However, Stoic philosophy provides a way out. It reminds us that our power lies in our ability to choose how we respond. By developing a mindset based on reason and self-awareness, we prevent others from controlling our decisions. Epictetus on freedom and deception. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." This means that manipulators do not have real power over us, unless we allow them to influence our perceptions. By choosing to see through their tactics, we regain control over our own minds and lives. Final reflection. Think about these questions. Have you ever experienced manipulation disguised as kindness? How can you train yourself to stay logical and recognize emotional manipulation? What steps can you take to set firm boundaries and protect your independence? By applying Stoic wisdom, we become stronger, more self-aware, and less vulnerable to those who seek to control us. Instead of being manipulated, we learn to stand firm in our values and decisions. Now let's conclude with how to use these insights to build a stronger, more resilient mindset in daily life. Throughout life, we will encounter people who manipulate, deceive, and control. While we cannot always avoid them, we can choose how we respond. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true power comes from self-mastery. Instead of being affected by toxic individuals, we can develop the ability to stay calm, observe clearly, and act wisely. Key lessons from Stoicism. To protect ourselves from harmful people, we must recognize control for what it is. Real strength lies in controlling ourselves, not others. See through false charm, trust actions over words, and remain aware of hidden motives. Acknowledge the absence of empathy. Some people will never show compassion, but we can still choose to act with integrity. Stay vigilant against deception. Lies and manipulation thrive where awareness is weak. Master our own mind. Emotional control is the ultimate defense against manipulation. The Stoic path to freedom. The Stoics believed that freedom is not about external circumstances, but about inner clarity. When we detach from toxic influence, remain true to our principles, see reality as it is, not as we wish it to be, we become truly free. A question for reflection. Have you ever encountered people who fit these 5 signs? How did you handle the situation? What Stoic principles can help you protect your peace and independence in the future? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the conversation. A final thought from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If you found this video valuable, Like and share to help others gain insight and wisdom. Subscribe to our channel for more Stoic lessons and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay wise, and live with purpose.